Hey guys, Aaron here. Melody behind the camera.
Hi.
Grimlock right down over here.
Woof.
And this is a follow-up video to our camping in New
You looked
Mexico because we realized we had a lot more to say. So
A
we're,
bit.
we're going to jump right into it. First of all, camping in New Mexico, thunderstorms. Amazing, 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 and fairly frequent. Would you agree? We're currently camping like in the June and July time in New Mexico, in northern New Mexico, where the temperatures have been between mid 80s on the high end. In the evenings, it can get down to say like in the mid 40s,
Or a little higher, maybe.
maybe in the
there,
50s.
yeah.
It gets a little bit chilly.
47.
But
Nice.
so during this time of year, with this particular kind of weather, Melody and I have had the opportunity to experience, as our travels through New Mexico, a lot of really cool thunderstorms. Matter of fact, enough to where when you go into a lot of parks or campgrounds, we've seen signage that says if a thunderstorm starts basically kicking up, don't get out and stare at it. Get back in your car.
Or seek shelter. Of
Seek
some
shelter
kind.
of some
Don't stand
type,
under a tree. And
Don't hang outside. And
do
swing
not
your
get
lights.
killed in our national lands.
Don't swing your lightsaber around during a thunderstorm, no matter how cool you might think it might look at the moment, because you might get killed.
Yeah.
So, anything else about the weather you want to say?
Wind. It's just like,
Wind.
I don't know if this is, I'm pretty sure this is year round that they have like intense winds here, but it's just like, strap down your tarps and whatnot.
But it is at some points. We've definitely tested our gear and our strapping down of gear with the wind gusts. And I think some of the heaviest winds we've experienced camping so far, we've experienced in New Mexico. It's a double-edged sword because on one hand, the winds can be very intense and you got to make sure everything's secured down, but also they are like an instant relief for when it's hot.
Especially if you're like using evaporative cooling, you've got a wet hat like you've recommended in the past.
Get your clothes wet
Yeah,
like you've been doing since we've been camping here.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It really, and if you just step in the shade and you let the breeze, like right now there's a breeze coming, a fairly steady one that comes through here, it is a relief. But just be aware of it. If you want to camp in New Mexico and you have a lot of stuff you like loose hanging around and stuff
Don't
like
end
that,
up with your tent in the gorge.
do not know. We've made a real active effort right now to make sure none of our stuff ends up in the Rio Grande, and we've been successful. All
Thumbs
right.
up.
Anything else about weather you want to tell them? I think
No,
we pretty much
no.
covered that.
Ow, it's biting. Okay, ouch.
Speaking of biting
Spiders.
things, let's talk about some of the animals we've seen here. That was an excellent segue, Melody.
Yeah, thank you, biting insect.
We talked about on the last video, no-see-ums. These are the tiny little bugs that fly around here during this time of year, so you want to watch out for those. Make sure you have long sleeves. Other insects to mention?
And it's not the insect. Well, I guess I'm assuming there's scorpions and stuff here, though we haven't seen any. But they have bears here and
Yes.
cougars, and I mean, not necessarily in this particular spot, but in a lot of the areas they've had, in the mountainous areas, the forested areas. But the thing is, I mean, that's cool. A lot of places have bears. There's like a ton of black bears in this country, but they do not offer a lot of bear boxes or like
Protection.
or anything. I'm not sure if they're just simply not worried at all because the rangers just like, oh yeah, there's bears. It just doesn't cause a problem, or if it's like it doesn't cause a problem because we're all highly trained from birth to store our food properly, and it's like not even a second thought to us. But we're not going to post signs for outsiders. So
I think that is part of it. We've mentioned the laid-back, kind of relaxed mentality of camping in New Mexico that people have here, which we very much enjoyed. But when it comes to the bears, Melly and I have a little more of an alert situation. And just because we respect the fact there's big predatory wild animals, we don't want to draw them in because
that's a whole other discussion.
different
All
thing.
the different instructions about bears across the country are like fairly intense and insane. And so maybe
And you come here, you got bears?
maybe we'll debate
Yeah.
this in some other video.
Did you
I
hear
don't know.
about
But
it?
they also
No.
have cougars here.
Mountain
They call them
lions,
cougars sometimes here. And snakes. They have rattlesnakes here.
We did see at our campground here, it was not a rattlesnake, it was a bull snake, which we learned are excellent snakes. It was a good thing having around. They eat rodents, and apparently they eat baby rattlesnakes, so they're a great thing to have around. We haven't seen any rattlesnakes. Have we ever come across that in our travels
No,
yet?
I don't put but if you're a hiker, these are concerns to you. You should always be aware of where you're putting your hands and feet.
Which is a good thing to segue into we were talking about as far as hiking, because if you are a hiker.
Oh wait, I wanted to say.
I apologize. Please go ahead.
No, another animal that they have here apparently is tarantulas. In like October, they have massive amounts, kind of like a Joshua tree. Like I guess this is just like it's like mating season, and so there's like you can have an opportunity to see massive amounts of tarantulas. But that is not. We haven't seen one tarantula, so and they told us we wouldn't see a lot.
I just saw a little lizard running behind you. Speaking of animals, we got a little reward for you. If you stick around all the way to this end of the video, we promise at the very end of this, we have a video.
It's 5 minutes. They already left.
Of a hummingbird.
An awesome hummingbird came to visit us.
It came through and it hung out. It didn't just stay, but it came and zoomed in and checked us out and stuff. And we got a video of it.
You see what it did for yourself at the very end.
Right before we started filming. So lots of animals here. We've also noticed here at the Rio Grande del Norte, at the park we're at here at Wild Rivers, that there's a lot of ravens. Lots of those around here, and the thing to know about them is apparently in a lot of parks we've been to, it says don't leave your food in your car extremely visible, because ravens will attempt to try to break your window to try to get into your car, or they'll draw attention to them.
Okay.
Anyway, so what are any animals to mention about the area?
No,
Tarantulas?
nope. Just tons of hiking available.
Hiking,
and then the kind of paranormal portion of New Mexico that everybody expects, the Roswell. We did camp there, so there's a campground right outside of Roswell called Bottomless Lake
State Park,
and you can go out there and watch for some UFOs in Roswell, and we did. And
there was a moment.
It
lasted about 3 seconds.
That's not a moment, but it did happen.
We thought we saw something. We got super excited.
I wasn't excited because you're just like, what is that?
I was like, what? It's an airplane. It's a low-flying airplane. But for those 3 seconds, there was a lot of excitement going on for me.
I'm pretty sure some dude is just laughing it up, like, I'm gonna buzz the state park. It's
down there,
be awesome.
tourists. Anyway, so there was camp. We did camp in Roswell, so there was state park camping right outside of that. We completely recommend. Liked it. Water and bathrooms there. What else?
If you like watching for lights in the sky, I'm going to recommend the state of New Mexico to you, because there's so many beautiful mountains and clouds and canyons and rock formations, and the sun, it just plays on those things throughout the day. Everything looks different at every minute of the day, and it's just a new kind of wow, it's just another set of colors to look at. It is just so pretty here. And so
I truly believe the prettiest sunsets I've ever seen in my life have been desert sunsets.
Yeah, they are gorgeous here, especially when there's thunderstorms.
But the New Mexico sunsets have really been some of the top ones. And that's beaten some Arizona sunsets. There are some glorious ones. And also that they mentioned looking at for the sky at nighttime, there's very little light pollution at a lot of these places.
Clear
skies. You can see the Milky Way.
Huge. The Big Dipper is big. It is right in your face.
When the sun goes down, the show starts, and you just have this beautiful view of the whole sky. So that is one of the
Which has been
pluses.
you have to wait till almost 10 o'clock at night for the stars.
For this time of year, it does not get dark until 10:30, something like that. It's pretty late.
All right, so that's pretty much it.
You mentioned the hikers on that one. I just want to say, a lot of the parks we've been to, hiking had been a fairly consistent theme of a lot of the campgrounds. Almost every campground we've been to had a trailhead of one fashion to another. So if you're a person who likes to hike, in addition to camping, a lot of the New Mexico campsites seem to have a lot of accessibility for hikers. So if you like to go hiking, you like going backpacking, New Mexico would definitely be a place to do that. Anything else that we want to make sure we covered that we did not say last time?
Yeah, I think that's it. Just
it's a great place.
It is. It's really cool.
Try
it out and let us know if you've been here, or if you have a specific spot that you would recommend to us or in the rest of
We really would like your feedback. If you know some good camping spots that maybe we haven't mentioned or you can recommend for us, those could be totally helpful for Melody and I. We'll check them out, take your advice, and maybe the place you recommend we might be making our next video at.
So, all right. But that's it for this follow-up. I
hope you liked it.
It's about all we know about it. I'm sure there's tons more to know about camping in New Mexico, but this is what we've gleaned in the past 3 weeks.
It is an enchanting place. It is really
It's
great.
Land of enchantment.
Land of enchantments. It's the land of Thor.
Grimbo,
So,
you got anything? Grimbo loves it here. He loves all these little desert shrubberies, man. He loves the smell of ants. There's tons of ants here
he lives
too,
going
but
mining
none of them
here,
have bothered
going
us.
down, going, that's mine, pee, that's mine, pee, that's mine, pee.
That's everywhere. He loves that. But
Yeah. Anyway, so let's wrap
Place
this
it
up.
out.
Go to houseofhaha.com and check out our original artwork. You can buy some of our T-shirts for the beautiful artwork that Melody and I make. You can also go to haveareasonableday.com and you can find out about the book we're making about our real life travels. We're writing and illustrating, and find out how you can become a part of it. And as a result of that, get monthly rewards, gifts, original artwork,
or
really cool
even get
stuff.
illustrated in the book.
Or get illustrated in book. At the very minimum, $1, get your name inside there. But you can get postcards from us. We offer a bunch of stuff. Go to haveareasonableday.com. Whole thing's laid out. You will enjoy it. Please share the video. Please subscribe for our updates. We got a lot more things to be doing. Weekly videos coming up. I've been Aaron. That's him on the camera. This is
You're
Grimlock.
still Aaron, dude.
Have a reasonable day. Bye.
Bye.